Hi guys, how you guys doing today? I'm going to be doing a review of Louis Massaro and his 10 Rules of Moving Mastery. I'm Jay Burnham and I'm Jay Burnham with the realjayburnham.com. And today I have my You Save Moving and Storage shirt on. I just got back from doing an estimate out in Mason, Michigan, which we closed the sale. We're going to be moving somebody here at the end of the month. Well, we're not going to be doing it, but we're going to be having another company go out and actually move them down to Tennessee. So that's exciting. But I got to go and do the estimate and book the move and everything so on. And it's exciting. So that's a good news. But today I want to talk to you guys, you movers specifically. There's a guy out that's been on the internet lately, and he's been doing a lot of Facebook ads. He's a good looking young lad, probably about mid 30s. His name is Louis Massaro, and he's been promoting with Facebook ads, promoting this ebook called The 10 Rules of Moving or whatever. So I thought, I want to see what this guy's about. So I thought I'd do this video and do a real quick review of him and see what comes up. Okay. And to be warned, there are some good things and then there are some bad things. But all in all, I think you're going to be happy. So let's get into it. I'm going to move myself out of the way and we're going to go over a couple things and I'm going to show you something. All right. So let me just move you now. Good. So this ad I've been noticing on Facebook for quite a number of while. It's by Louis Massaro. And it says, do you own a moving company? Do you want to increase your profits? And if you're a moving company, especially a young, starving, up and coming moving company, this is pretty enticing. And I got to admit, even I looked at it and go, wow, that's pretty cool. But in the sake of seeing who my competitors are and so on and so forth. Now I'm giving all my stuff for free. You can go on YouTube and you can see everything that I'm doing. I'm not building a mailing list, although probably I will here soon. But I wanted to give you guys a bunch of content and just give it to you, give it to you, and give it to you. This guy, he's building up a mailing list because eventually he's going to market his services to you. I have no problem with that. In all fairness and in full disclosure, my intention is to do the same thing. But I want to give you so much valuable content that when I start doing it, you want to just throw me your money. But this guy, he's just starting right off the get-go. He wrote an ebook, and he's now trying to get people to come to his email list and go to his website. And you know what? Nothing wrong with that. Anyway, if you could see his ebook that he says, download my new ebook, 10 Rules of a Profitable Moving Company for free. It's time to take your company to the next level. Click sign up and get your copy now. Great, great advertising, great copywriting there, and so on and so forth. And then he's got down here millionaire mover seekers. Who doesn't want to be a millionaire mover, right? So I actually have no problem with this ad, but let's actually dive in. Let's take a deep dive and actually unpack Mr. Massaro. Let me just get rid of that. You've seen that now, so we don't need to worry about that. You don't need that. Whoops. Get rid of that. All right, so I went to, and I did download Mr. Massaro's um, ebook, and here it is. It's nicely designed, well written, lot of pictures. So 10 rules of a profitable moving company. I would have myself probably chose a different title. I mean, 10 rules is fine. I would have probably put the word highly profitable or something like that. I would have made it more sexier, if you will. Would have given you a little bit more pizzazz. That's me personally, but hey, it works. And then he goes about him. You got a picture of him, a little bit of what he's done, blah blah blah. Then he goes and he gives these 10 rules. Now this is a great ebook, and I had no problem with this ebook. It's free, so there's nothing wrong with it. But quite honestly, folks, there is nothing in this ebook, there's nothing in this information that you can't find elsewhere on the internet for free as well, without having to give your email address out or and potentially being sold to later on. Um, that said, he's the only one that's put it in this form so far for movers. So kudos to him. I mean, it's a brilliant marketing move. I have not a problem with it. I downloaded it. I'm now on his email list. And again, I think it's the information in this ebook is very valuable. I think it's well worth the read. I think it's well worth the time to take your time and read through it. And if you get it, great. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. All right. So there's that. Now I've come here, and here's his website. A good looking website. His name, moving business mentor, profit in business, thrive in life. Great stuff. He's got this thing to pick up his ebook, which is, I think, again, brilliant marketing strategy. He's got this great uh, blog slash website, and he goes basically that what's cool is that he got blog posts. We can go to this blog post here, um, which he just did last month. He writes a blog post basically, which is the same content that's in his ebook, but he also puts up a video explaining what's in his ebook. So he's basically doubled down on the content that's in his ebook. He hasn't really given us anything new um, that's not in his ebook already. Um, Maybe he's going to do that later on. I don't know, but quite honestly, you can probably get all the information right on his website without having to go and put your name on an email list. Okay, so there's that, and this is just a transcript. Which you can see here. The following is a full transcript of the episode, which is meaning this video right here. So basically, he just had the video transcribed and slapped it down on this post, and that was his article. Nothing wrong with that. Again, I have nothing wrong with it. I'm just letting you know what he's done. Again, if you get the ebook, he's got a nice advertisement on the ebook, and if you want to get it, I would suggest you put your name, your email, and click there. And then he's got this little meet Louis, and it's got a picture, and again, a nice photo. I like it. And then he's got this little button to continue reading, which we just clicked. So it's going to take us to an About Us page, and you can see this. Now, here's where it gets a little bit dicey, folks. So I went, obviously, in researching this guy. I took Louis Massaro, and I went to Google, and I Googled his name. Now, something came up. His millionaire moving business was actually a moving scam. He was a notorious moving scammer, and he was actually charged, and he pled guilty to several felonies that the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, charged him with, including money laundering, bait and switch, and so on. Basically, what he did is he set himself up as a moving broker. And anybody in the moving business, we know that moving brokers are not the most, how should I say this nicely, legit. All right, they're just scammers. They lowball the estimates, hire some other moving company who then comes in, does the move, and they charge twice, three times, quadruple sometimes the amount that the actual estimate was for. And these people really truly give the moving industry a horrible bad name. Now, and just to show you that, I went to this site. You can see here, it says Boston, wanted by the FBI, which is true. Moving company owner pleads guilty to bait and switch scheme. He was located in South Florida. He owned, and here's where this is the company right there, Neighbors Moving and Storage. He said he was a moving company, which he wasn't. He was operating as broken. But here's the thing. He did own Neighbors Moving and Storage. He claims he sold it, which when you actually do the research, yeah, he sold it, but he sold it to people he knew and liked and were friends of his and so on and so forth. So it wasn't just some guy bought the guy's company. And no, he basically had control of it. This is really sad because it's this kind of individual that does. So was he a millionaire mover? Yeah, but he did it unethically, guys. He didn't do it like you and I, hard and grinding out there every day. He scammed old people, poor people, people that didn't have the money. He scammed them out of money, and he pled guilty to it. Um, and that's just the way it is, you know. I hate to say it, but I'm going to say this. I went to Lewis's YouTube channel and I watched his videos. I watched some of his videos. He's a soft-spoken individual, wasn't very salesy, gave a lot of great content. Again, some great content on his YouTube channel. But I confronted him. I actually confronted him and said, "Hey, look, I'm not confused by you. I'm not scammed. I'm not fooled by who you are. I researched you. I want to know that you're not going to go and do the same thing that you've done before and tell other people to go do that." And to his credit, he responded back with a very lengthy comment on his YouTube channel in very public eye. And this guy could have just said F you and flip off and all this good stuff and block me and from ever commenting on his channel, but he didn't. And to me, that's impressive. To me, that is a guy that knows what he did, is not, yes, a little bit ashamed what he did, but is trying to make it better. That said, there is a flip side to that coin. He takes responsibility to a degree. He says, well, I made a bad decision in trying to open a moving brokerage business and selling these leads to these not so great moving companies. The moving companies that he sold the leads to were his own moving companies. Okay, people he knew. So to say, well, they were not legitimate and that had nothing to do with me, it's false. And he knew exactly what he was doing. He was getting a piece of the pie. He knew he was getting a piece of pie. He knew what he was doing was wrong. If he has really been in the moving business like he says he was, he knows that his estimates are BS. They're just completely bunk and fraudulent. But he lowballed these people, knowing that they're going to get upcharged for the fees and so on and so forth. He knows that the guys doing the move are nothing but filthy criminal animals that are giving the moving industry a bad name. So yes, he takes responsibility, but he says, well, it had nothing to do with me. I just made a bad decision. No, you knew exactly what you were doing. So he doesn't take full responsibility. It's still kind of over there. And that's what makes me a little leery about him. So this is the cons. Yes, he responded to me. Yes, he took responsibility. Yes, he said some nice things. He, excuse me. He didn't block me. He kept it out in the open, which is very impressive. But there's still that little chunk where he's not taking responsibility for. And that leaves the door open to his previous behavior. And it leaves that door open to others following his footsteps. See, he hasn't started selling anything. He doesn't have any courses. He's just got the ebook. But later on, guaranteed, if you get on the email list, eventually there's going to be a course, right? And I'm a little leery with that door open up that some of the stuff that he's going to do is a little bit unethical and might even be a little bit criminal. However, that said, I'm willing to give this guy the benefit of the doubt. I'm willing to give this guy a second chance. I'm willing to push and say, you know what? Maybe he did reform. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He pled guilty. He's obviously didn't go to jail, so he's probably under some sort of probation. Assumedly and presumptuously, he is on YouTube and on Facebook promoting knowledge of moving business, so he's not banned from the industry per se. I don't know if he's been banned from actually doing moves or owning a moving company, and he's just selling his knowledge, which, you know, if I were in his position, I would try something like that too. But you have to be a little leery of it. If you get involved with this guy, you're going to have that in the back of your head, just that degree. All in all, I would say it's worth a shot. I actually recommend it based on what I know, and I'm giving you this knowledge forthright and forthwith. of what's happening. I am willing to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. I've made my own mistakes. I've done stupid things too. I think he deserves the benefit of the doubt. I think he deserves a second chance, right? He he admits he did wrong. Let's see if he actually has changed his behavior. Only time will tell ultimately. I'm willing to give him that time. Are you? Okay, guys, so that's my review of Louis Massaro and his 10 rules of a profitable moving business. Hopefully, you like what I had to say. Leave me a comment if you got any questions or concerns. If you want to say something about Louis, leave them down below. I will definitely give him those messages. If you like him, don't like him, let me know one way or the other. If you got his ebook, what did you think about it? If you've seen his videos, I'd like to hear what you thought about his videos. Other than that, guys, thank you so much. Like this video, share it with all your family and friends, and by means, please subscribe to my channel. You'll see a little button at the end of the video here. It should be popped up right now. All right, guys, thank you. God bless. Have a great day.